When we speak of Genghis Khan, images of relentless cavalry, vast steppes, and unparalleled conquest immediately spring to mind. Yet, beyond the military might and strategic brilliance lies a lesser explored, but equally monumental, aspect of his legacy: his astonishing wealth. Not merely rich in land or influence, Genghis Khan amassed a personal and imperial fortune that, when scaled to his era, arguably positions him among the wealthiest individuals to have ever lived. His empire didn't just expand geographically, it swallowed up the economic engines of half the known world, channeling an unprecedented flow of riches directly into his hands. Born Temujin into a harsh, nomadic life on the windswept steppes, Genghis Khan's early years were marked by poverty and struggle, a stark contrast to the unimaginable riches he would later command. His path to wealth wasn't through trade or inheritance, but forged in the crucible of unification and conquest. By organizing disparate Mongol tribes into a singular, formidable war machine, he laid the foundational economic principle of his empire, that wealth was a resource to be seized. Each victory not only expanded his domain but also replenished his burgeoning treasury with the spoils of war. The Mongol military machine was not just a tool for territorial expansion, it was a highly efficient engine for wealth extraction. Unlike earlier conquerors who might simply pillage, Genghis Khan established a systematic approach to acquiring and consolidating riches. When a city or kingdom fell, its treasuries, resources, and even skilled artisans were systematically catalogued and absorbed. The most valuable assets, from precious metals and jewels to silks and spices, were collected. This was not random looting, but a calculated transfer of wealth from established civilizations into the Mongol system, financing further campaigns and enriching the Khanate. Beyond the initial spoils of war, Genghis Khan's true economic genius lay in establishing a lasting system of tribute and controlling the world's most lucrative trade routes. Once conquered, regions were often allowed a degree of autonomy in exchange for regular, heavy tribute payments in gold, silver, grain, and other valuable commodities. Simultaneously, by securing the vast expanse of the Silk Road and other trade arteries, the Mongols effectively became the gatekeepers of global commerce. Taxes on goods flowing through their empire generated immense, continuous revenue, transforming fleeting plunder into a stable, colossal income stream. Genghis Khan's campaigns were not random, they deliberately targeted the wealthiest and most developed civilizations of the time. The prosperous kingdoms of Central Asia, Persia, and northern China, with their ancient cities, advanced economies, and brimming treasuries, became prime targets. Cities like Samarkand and Bokhara, famed for their opulence and trade, yielded unimaginable riches when they fell. Later, his successors would continue this pattern, eventually conquering the immensely wealthy Song dynasty in southern China, further cementing the Mongol Empire's position as the economic powerhouse of its era, drawing from diverse, highly productive regions. The wealth Genghis Khan commanded was multifaceted, encompassing both a vast imperial treasury and his personal fortune. While resources were funneled to maintain his colossal army, fund logistics, and reward loyal generals, a significant portion undoubtedly accrued directly to the great Khan himself. Historical accounts, though sparse on precise figures, often describe scenes of overwhelming opulence at the Mongol court, fueled by the endless flow of gold, silver, precious stones, and rare silks from across Asia. This wealth was not merely hoarded, it was used to project power, solidify alliances, and establish the legitimacy of his unprecedented rule. Pinpointing an exact net worth for Genghis Khan in modern terms is impossible, given the different economic systems and the sheer scale of his domain. However, historians generally agree that his control over an empire stretching from the Pacific Ocean to Eastern Europe, encompassing the richest lands and trade routes of the 13th century, placed him in a league of his own. If we consider the modern valuation of controlling entire economies, the combined GDPs of conquered territories and the direct tribute paid, his wealth would likely dwarf that of any subsequent billionaire, making him arguably the richest individual in all of human history. Genghis Khan's wealth didn't die with him, it became the financial bedrock for his successors and the continuity of the Mongol Empire. His grandsons, notably Kublai Khan, inherited this colossal economic infrastructure, using it to establish the Yuan dynasty in China and further expand Mongol influence. The wealth facilitated monumental projects, supported a golden age of cultural exchange along the revitalized Silk Road, and funded administrative structures across a continent. It was this enduring economic might, established by Genghis Khan, that allowed the Mongol legacy to persist and reshape the political and economic landscape of Eurasia for centuries. Ultimately, Genghis Khan's wealth was more than just a tally of precious metals and goods, it was the ultimate expression of control. Control over vast territories, over people, over crucial trade routes, and over the flow of information and resources. This comprehensive economic dominance enabled him to maintain an unprecedented military force, enforce his laws across diverse cultures, and fundamentally reshape the geopolitical landscape of the 13th century. His fortune was not an end in itself, but a powerful means to an even greater end, the establishment and maintenance of the largest contiguous land empire in human history, fueled by an inexhaustible stream of global riches.